viewers, we are back. And we're not backing down this time. Pay attention. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time to dive in to one of the things that I announced. What is up, dudes? It is FoxyFan13 here, and welcome to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, or the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney HD Trilogy. Let's heckin' go. So, as you might know, last year I announced my intentions of going through the entirety of the Ace Attorney series on my channel, to play through all the games, and now what better time to do it than today? Well, this is being recorded in advance, but on this day, the day that I'm premiering this, October 12th, 2022, is the 21st anniversary of the Ace Attorney series, and I figured, why not? What better time to start this adventure than now? Because, to be honest, the Courtroom Madness is kind of on a hiatus at the moment because I'm writing a lot of the upcoming episodes right now, and it's been kind of a pain because I wanted to do as I'm now doing DJ stuff and all that. So I can't leave you guys without some courtroom insanity. So what better courtroom insanity than this? So we're gonna be going through all 11 games, and these videos I'm gonna be aiming to publish these every week, except for this episode, every Friday, premiering at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Unless I announce otherwise. I will be announcing if there's any delays in new episodes or not. Because I don't have the community tab right now, please join my Discord server for all announcements. The link to that will be in the description. So we will be taking breaks in between games, mind you. I don't want to spam your entire feed with just Ace Attorney content, because I want to focus on my other content too in the meantime. But with my current life situation, I need to focus on like something simple to record. And I figured that gaming videos are honestly the easiest thing for me to record now, because I can just record and edit them, you know? But it's been 3 minutes of me talking in the intro, so first things first, I will be setting a couple ground rules. First off, I have played through this trilogy, hence why there's the continue button there, but I don't remember all that much about it. So please refrain from spoiling anything in the premiere chat or the comments, please. Especially for those who are experiencing this for the first time. I want this to be a good experience for everyone, for both me and the viewers. So no spoilers in the comments, please. Second, I'm gonna be doing voice acting, and eventually I might be bringing some of my friends in to do voice acting alongside me. If you want to see more of that, please do let me know. So, let's go and start a new game. So, the Phoenix Wright HD Trilogy has the first 3 games in the series, which are Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. But we're starting off with the first one. I have unlocked all the episodes, as you can see, because I played through this before. But we're starting, of course, with the first episode in the series, the first Turnabout. Let's go. By the way, I have not unlocked all the achievements in this, so I'm gonna be aiming to see if I can get some of the other achievements I haven't unlocked yet, so... Alright, time to do voice acting. Darn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Oh, someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. That's not the voice I gave this guy, but... Alright, here we go. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh. Hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons why I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah. Yeah, it's him. Oh my gosh. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! Bruh. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's, not a good sign. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell him I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What are you, a Klingon? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished! Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright. So, I've got more voices to do. I apologize if my voice acting is terrible. I'm practicing. I'm still practicing voice acting, so... if feedback is highly appreciated. Let's do this. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Alright, I gave this guy a different voice when I first played this game. Should I just give him the classic pain voice, as you call him? Alright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That would be Larry Butts. Wait, hold on. I think there's an achievement for this. Let's try this. The, defendant? That's, Mia Fey? Stupid! Wrong, right. Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Aw, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, Wright. The defendant is the one on trial, your client. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I've got to relax. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. There we go. There's the achievement that I needed. Alright. That would be, of course, Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I'm, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it anytime, okay? That's the A button on my Xbox controller. I'm on an Xbox controller, Mia. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Alright, I already know who it is, because I remember this, but I will demonstrate the court record. So you press, that would be the right bumper on my Xbox controller. This would be, if you're playing on a PS controller, that would be, R1. Yeah, I've got a PS3 controller, because I have a PS3. I'm just using it for reference. I might be wrong, because I don't have a PS4 or PS5s, but this is, it would be the equivalent of that. Anyways, I'm getting too technical here. Let's take a look at here. So, Cindy's autopsy report, time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. You can also check the profiles. Oh, the trigger button also works too, I forgot. So, this would be the victim right here, Cindy Stone. The victim in this case, a model, she lived in an apartment by herself. That would be, Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was... That would be in the autopsy report. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Hit with a blunt object. Alright, hang on. Alright, I got it. I just needed to get a Sprite for my voice, because sometimes doing voice acting makes my mouth dry. Usually drinking something will help, so Sprite it is. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. No comment on that? Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Bunce, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Bunce, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim's passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned to... Hang on. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Bunce, what do you think of her now? Not a good question to ask, Mr. Payne. Right. I don't think that you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you, or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I think we should let him answer honestly, because it's not, this question is relevant, unlike the previous one, so let's go that way, with that. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there, I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court!
Order!
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Oh boy. That's the guy from the cutscene, of course. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes. Hang on, let me take another sip. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Alright, witness testimony. Witnesses account. Let's go. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead! I coiled in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? That witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, so I know what this is already. Alright, we gotta go. Something isn't adding up here, and I know what it is. Yeah, if you figured it out already, good for you. Oh, too far. Alright, so you say that you found the body at 1 p.m., but the time of death was between 4 and 5. Sucker! You need to get your facts straight! Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Boom, sucker!
Boom, sucker!
Oh, that? This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! No. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Your Honor, after one lie, do you really think you could trust this guy? Seriously, if you were the judge, put yourself in the judge's shoes. If he lied one time, especially one of the most important parts in a murder case, would you trust this guy? Alright, anyways. Witness testimony, the time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Bruh.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
Bruh.
Sucka. There was a blackout, bro. Come on. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Your Honor, didn't you listen to Mr. Payne? Even though he's kind of an idiot. Whatever. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Oh, yeah. There. Blackout record, sucka! You say it's coming from the television? That ain't possible! That ain't possible, so... Let's go! Objection! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You're sweating bullets, bro. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony, hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it! There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Bro. This is the most obvious killer 2022 edition. And he saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. So you say that the weapon was a clock. Alright, we're getting somewhere now. So you say that's a clock, okay? I don't know if this is the right statement to put it on or not, but let's try this. So, statue. Statue in the shape of the thinker. So, it's not. This is a statue, right? All right, here we go. Objection. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may? Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. The truth would be on you in an instant. Come on, man. I mean... generally bad at getting his point... Black's presence, generally bad at getting his points across? Yeah. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known that weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her! Boom, sucker! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard! Chat it up, come on! Most obvious killer 2022. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I did that day, I never... Look, at the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say! Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That is certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Darn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot allow you to indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Sucker, you are one. You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit! Mia, I mean Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody could prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off! Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running 3 hours slow. This would be the passport, if I remember correctly. Let's do this. Take that! Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! Boom, sucker! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard was when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It! Boom! Whoa! This Phoenix is a savage, yo! Come on! Come on! Wouldn't you want to have this guy? And he's dead. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and he has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Let's heckin' go! And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let him in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew! I still can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there! Congratulations! Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Larry, come on, bro. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. This case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Larry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Larry. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? But he loved you. Yeah, never mind. Like if you cry every time. No. Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Of course, the statue. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. I raise my can of Sprite to this.
Sprite, yeah!
Cheers. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Larry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. So as you can see, these are look at how long ago it's been since I last played this. I didn't really finish like the conclusions of said trial. I've said all of this, but we're just gonna save this in slot number 4. Actually, no. I can't close it. Alright, we'll just leave it here then. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching in this video, the beginning of the long Ace Attorney marathon. I am very excited to finally get into this. It's amazing. See you all. I'm not sure if I'm going to be making... You know what? I'll probably schedule episode... I'm actually going to be able to schedule episode 2 for the following Friday, because October 12th is a Wednesday. But we'll see. I'll announce I'll be announcing when the next episodes come out. You'll know for sure. All right, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not consider giving it a like? If this happens to be the first video seen by me, why not consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you'll never miss an upload? And I will see you all in the next video. Have fun, stay handsome, peace out.